Hello and welcome back to Shadows over Loathing. Last time we entered and enlisted in SIT, the Seaside Institute for Technology. Now, we've met a character from the first game, namely Rufus here, who is the little brother of the protagonist from west of Loathing, and he happens to be looking for his brother. And as you can see, that is a map of west of Loathing. However, what I wanted to show you first was actually not here. No. So you might remember back in Crystal Dream Lake, we had a mine that we have not yet completed. It's sort of the only thing that's sort of remaining on this otherwise large map where there's really nothing to see. But there is still stuff to be done. Let's just take a random encounter first. Buy a soda. Do I need meat at the moment? Not particularly. Yeah, buy a soda. Rusty cola can. Deal 15 damage to an enemy. Okay. Okay. Acceptable. Right. So what you want to do, you want to ride the elevator down. I don't remember if it's... Right, so it's not in this part of. So we have to go to back in time. Oh. Shadow hot dog. Free of charge. Gumbuckle mine, yeah. So what we can see now, this support beam is lousy with termites, which might have caused a cave-in. So what we want to do is it's back in real time. Then we want to get off close. And we want to head to the hardware store. Oh, finally, some new stuff. Let's not go there right now. We can check that out afterwards. What have you got for sale? Oh, hey, whoa. Termite poison. Got any termite poison? Maybe we have to go back in time here as well. Right. Let's do that then. What have you for sale? Eh? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, this shelf is laden with dangerous pesticides that you are sure were banned years ago. Among them, you see a mason jar filled with an oily brown liquid. It has a handwritten label that says termite poison. How much for this jar of termite poison? That'll be 22 meat. I'll take it. You buy the pesticide and place it very carefully inside your sack. Thermoblast termite spray. Mind you don't get any of that on your skin now. And don't breathe the fumes. And don't pour it down in drains or rivers or otherwise let it get into the groundwater. And if the jar starts to melt, get it into a fresh jar straight away. Thanks. Is this the right hat to have? Not necessarily. I think the right hat is... mushroom cap? No. Creepy forest fetish? Nope. 2. I like this one because it regenerates an extra AP. Yeah, also, it doesn't look overtly offensive, but, you know. Alright, back to the mine. free stuff. And free experience, basically. Oh, we're looking for that. I think we recently got a level up, so 59. Yeah, that's nothing. Well, it's not much, at least. Oh, no. The support beam does not exist in the present because it already has collapsed. But in the past, let me get through that door, it very much exists, which means hose it down with chemicals. That seems like a wise choice, or not. The support beam is now termite free. Yay! So that should change things in the present, because when that one is no longer weakened, it is now structurally safe. Or at least it should be. Let's see if that holds true. Ah! The support beam may be old, but at least it's not full of termites. Oh, mining helmet, what does that do? 2 physical armor, not great. An extremely enthusiastic rat has chewed a hole in this solidly locked solid steel cabinet. 20-year-old stick of dynamite. Hello. Well, I can't crack that. Wait. Did we go all the way to the right? I don't believe so. And I have been sort of tricking myself out of stuff by not going all... Ha! Boop. You've seen some disappointing explosions in your life, but that one really failed to even make a dent in the cake. This rock must be made of tougher stuff than a relatively fresh stick of dynamite can handle. Was that not... Oh, wait. Because it has to be a completely fresh stick of dynamite, and the only way to do that is by going back in time to find it, in which case it will be a fresh stick of dynamite. I think. It is extremely locked. Yeah. I don't have a match. Are you serious? Hold on. Where can one acquire matches? Didn't expect me to be stumped on that part. Well, I'm not stumped, I'm just stuck. Okay, any store would probably... Hardware store, would they have matches? Oh, I think so. Ah, hey, look at that. Do you have matches? Yes, I'll take them both. I would probably take more if I had it, but I don't. Back to the mine. And then to the past. Oh hey, that's your past self over there. Here's your chance to hand over that old crate of bandages. It occurs to you that you haven't gotten the crate of bandages from Qa'Rajh yet. The crate you have now is the one the future you gave you, and he said he used those. Won't giving yourself these bandages screw up the timeline? Better not then. Yeah, it's probably safer not to improvise with stuff like this. Gotta remember to get that crate from Charles, though. That's also a thing that we probably can do. Into the past. Into the mine. Down the chute. And... Baba Booey. Are you serious? We're running out of matches at an astonishing rate at this point. Oh, okay. I just had to read up on it again. Right. This is convoluted, as some of these quests in this universe are. So what you want to do is you want to go up into the present, grab dynamite, go into the past, Put it in, but do not light it. Apparently, you're meant to basically ferment the dynamite, because the dynamite is already 22 years old by the time you get it, which means that if you stick it in 22 years in the past, it becomes 44 years old. And that for some reason is a more mature piece of dynamite. I don't think that's how it works scientifically, but I mean, okay. No, we're not lighting it. So this should work. The walkthrough even says, with a match, light the now 44-year-old stick of dynamite in the geode, which is still far from the stupidest thing you'll do in your adventuring career. I don't like the sound of that, but I mean, did we? Yes, because now there's a geode with a very old stick of dynamite, but dynamite doesn't grow stronger with age. There's an extremely old stick of dynamite in a hole in this thing. It's practically squirting nitroglycerin. That's... Hello! You've blown a huge variety the geode open, exposing a huge variety of crystals. You should go let Crystal know. Okay, done with that then. Does the big crack in the wall, does that do anything? I don't think so, actually. At least, not yet. Wait, it says... I might as well look it up now that I'm here, so that we don't have to return. Oh, I do not have a pickaxe. Don't remember if the... Alright, well, it's not something that I can acquire just yet. So, we'll leave the walkthrough for now. Don't want to spoil myself. I'm only using it to clear places where I'm stumped. Ooh, free stuff. How's that mine of mine? Break off anything expensive? Yes, in fact. You did? Well, that's just great. Hang on a minute. She leaves and comes back an hour later with 2 big armloads of crystals. You just give me a couple of hours and I'll give you a fully functional crystal shop now, okay? What should I do in the meantime? Got some old magazines here somewhere. Ah, yeah, here they are. Read magazines for a couple of hours. 20 XP. You know, this magazine's fascinating. Say, did you hear about those sketchy land grants up in Oregon? I remember my grandparents talking about it. Boy, that Mitchell, what a sneaky snake. Yeah. Anyway, got you a little something to say thanks. When I was going through the crystals, I found a small one that I really can't sell for very much, and I just thought of you. Oh. Quest item. You remember when the very idea of this crystal was no more than a twinkle in Crystal's eye. Thanks. What else have you got in stock? Crystal chili pepper necklace. Crystal heart necklace. Crystal pickle necklace. Crystal skull necklace. Crystal snowflake necklace. Golden crystal orb. Ooh. No, these could be worth it. To a point. Deal your moxie and physical damage. Once per fight. Ugh. I don't really particularly need any of these. Like, they're nice, but it's... Right. Let's go to the museum. Any other things? Free meat. Hooray! I think. Sandwich Museum. The village of Sandwich was home to a terrifying witch cult until all the inhabitants were convicted and executed in the witch trials in 1692, and the village stood empty and uninhabited for hundreds of years. Come explore the town and learn more. This house was the residence of the Danforth family. Step inside to learn more. This is a horse trough. Actually, it's a water trough. I don't know why I said the other thing just now. Well, I'm gonna fish in it. I'm probably gonna fish in that well too. Saddle shoes. They're called saddle shoes because, like a saddle, they're worn directly underneath the butt. Oh no. I can already see how that's gonna affect my walking cyclist. Sure, free stuff. Cheese loaf. Okay, well. We actually use this well for water, so please don't throw meat into it. I won't, but I will fish. I'm only gonna get meat from this, aren't I? Yep. Alright. Putnam House was partially burnt down under extremely witchy circumstances. I want to read about stuff before I do anything. Sandwich Church also served as an ersatz town hall, courtroom, racquetball court, and dark sorcery place. Ooh. This sign reads, Sandwich Gazebo, vagrants not welcome. That's not very friendly. The wealthy Proctor family owned the biggest and most conveniently toilet-adjacent house in the village. Can I... Traces of strange plant matter in these tombs prove that they were used for brewing all kinds of horrible potions. Sandwich boasted the country's very first tripartite outhouse. Please do not attempt to use it, it is very old. What? A more modern convenience has been provided for your modern conveniences. Oh! This facility has 3 sinks, and this is one of them. Well, obviously I'm gonna flush that. How are we for 124? We need... Oh! We can't get this. I mean, why not? What is through here then? This leads to a little cemetery behind the church. Welcome to Sandwich Cemetery. Please be respectful of the graves. Also check out how many of them were terrifying witches who were executed in the witch trials of 1692. Peter Proctor. He was a duty head until the very end. Ooh, Beatrice Proctor. Abigail Proctor. Alicia Proctor. Oh, she died 3 years before. Suspicious. Nicholas Proctor, 1656 to 1886. What the heck? He lived to be 230 years old. Being in the midst of reading The Case of Charles Dexter Ward by H.P. Lovecraft, very fitting for this game. Yeah. Hollow tombstone, possible treasure. You check inside the stone and there's indeed some treasure. Satchel's lucky hat. Oh. How lucky is it? 30% meat drops. Not bad. John Putnam. Millicent Putnam. What's the back row? Joseph and Marianne Putnam. This tombstone is covered in lichen. Danforth, 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 Danforth. Are there any... I mean, those are only... If there was... Oh, Proctor, a town founder, died in 1644. Okay. Well, let's start from the left. Danforth? The Danforth residence has been converted into a gift shop for your convenience. Why not take home a jar of the sandwich cream that was the village chief export, besides witchcraft? Shelves laden with identical jars of off-white stuff. Hey, kitty! A black cat is staring glumly at an empty dish labeled Hecate. Oh. Rubbing paper sandwich cream. This special piece of paper is for making rubbings of historical graves and such like that. Thanks to advancement in rubbing technology, you don't need any charcoal or anything. Huh. Why is that a question mark here? Hold on. We have graves back here. Can one... Are there any rubbings to rub out? Or to rub in, perhaps? No. But I mean, at least now we have that item. What's it for? Don't know, but we'll see. Everything in this house was destroyed by a fire except these two objects which were found concealed inside a metal box. Antique ragdoll on display here. The ragdoll has a bunch of old pins and needles stuck into it, and for some reason has the word boring embroidered across its front. The little plaque on its front of the plinth says, which is frequently used special dolls called puppets to curse their enemies. This one was apparently made to target a Mrs. or Mrs. Boring. Mrs. or Miss Boring, though no one of that name have listed in the town records. And then in a tiny text at the bottom of the plaque, the pins were not found with the puppet but were added for demonstration purposes. Ooh, are you sure you want to be dabbling in that? It appears to be someone's diary. Oh, yeah, little description on the front of the plinth says Diary of Delia Putnam, so that confirms that. Mostly it doesn't look interesting enough to be worth deciphering. Oh, there's a date! So we can look that up in the Ocean City newspaper. Mostly it doesn't look blah, 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 blah. So you flip ahead to the last page. 6th of March 1692. Oh, I hate that Peter Proctor so much. He thinks he can just going around being as mean as he wants to everybody just because he has lots of money and lives in a big house and all. I should have used a much stronger curse. It would have been worth the trouble. Hello. The security guard is keeping a very close eye on things here, which honestly isn't difficult since there only is two. Hi there. Hello, welcome to the Putnam House. Please don't touch the exhibits. Excuse me, do you? Sorry, sir, I just get paid to stand here and keep an eye on things. I don't actually know anything about the exhibits. Ah, guess that won't work. Anything in the chimney? Oh. Well, that church, then. This sign is written in rough black wax. Today is the trial of Patricia Willems, who stands accused. The rest of the sign is too weathered and decayed to read. In 1692, the inhabitants of Sandwich were executed in the witch trials that were popular at the time, as evidenced by this old signpost announcing one such trial. But there weren't any Williams back there. An old and dilapidated church altar. There are some brown splotches on the corner that could possibly be bloodstains. The altar where the town's witches performed their horrifying sacrifices. Note the bloodstains. Okay, maybe they are bloodstains. Really? Nothing on the pews? Pew. Okay. Alright. Can I go through? No, I cannot. Alright. This chessboard has clearly been left out on display as an allegory for the battle between good and evil. Black is winning, representing a warning for all good-hearted people to be vigilant against the encroaching forces of darkness. Dried fronds are of no historical evidence. This arras appears to depict several important ancestors of the Proctor family line, though due to the low resolution of the embroidery used at the time, it's impossible to discern exactly who. It has been pointed out to us that this arras is unlikely to be manufactured in the capital of Pas-de-Calais, department of northern France, and therefore is merely a sparkling tapestry. On the front of it, there's no plaque on this table. It must have always been boring. I was stuck on it though. According to county records, these were the most expensive stairs in the county. They go up a full 1.5 floors. Why? The upstairs rooms are off limits while we catalogue the contents. Please pardon our dust. This bedroom was traditionally given to servants, as it was felt by the proctors that it would be less of a tragedy if they got up in the middle of the night and fell down the stairwell. Mrs. Proctor's bedroom is especially off limits while we figure out how to deal with the strange mold we found behind the wallpaper. Ooh. Mr. Proctor's bedroom, home to the country's most extensive collections of cravats. This was the bedroom of Peter Proctor, the only child of Nicholas and Abigail Proctor. This was the Proctor's spare room, where they kept spares of all expensive things they owned. This room is not part of the tour, and is also not part of the house. Excusez-moi? Not part of the house? Can I go further up? These stairs just keep going until they hit the wall. Seems like rich people have always just had weird taste. Okay. I'm sensing I need to do something, but I don't know exactly what. Well, what we can do is that we can go to the Ocean City and... Oh, yeah, we should try on the new set of boots. Saddle shoes. The watchful eye. So, wait, it doesn't go back that far. Biscuits! Ow! Oh! Ow. Do we have anything new? No. Blast. Here I thought I was having a good idea. Well, I suppose it was a good idea. Oh, but we also did get something. We got from Rufus an ability to check manhole covers. Ooh. Old sewer. You step through the hole in the wall and down a short tunnel and emerge in front of a whole crowd of yelling fishmen. This almost sent you into a panic until you realize they aren't yelling at you. They're yelling at two fishmen pummeling each other in a boxing ring. Looks like you've discovered a literal underground fighting league. The first rule is glub glub glub. The second rule is glub glub glub. This guy almost looks human, apart from the gill flaps and big fishy lips. He's either commenting the boxing match or practicing to be a world-class gargler. We don't get many humans down here. You here to bet or to fight? Fighting. So can I join in on the fighting? Sure, kid, sure you can. Only rule is bare knuckles only, no weapons. Plus, this the title bout and we can't interrupt it. Sharky and Tommy been going 21 rounds already. So if you want to fight, you gotta jump in there and beaten both of the title. What do I get if I win? He holds up a large, tarnished championship belt, which is heavily encrusted with glistening fishman eggs. So I have to unequip my weapon in order to do this, but... Fight! Get in the ring. Oh, I don't have my friends either. That's a little less great. Still though, let's see. On fire. 30 hit points. That's quite a bit. Alright, what can we do? Free physical damage to everyone. Why? That's... I could up myself. What are you gonna do? You're basically just hitting 4 damage. How much hit punch do I have? 21, so I'm already at a disadvantage. 9 damage for a standard attack. Alright, that's less damage now. Let's see. Set him on fire. Oh, you took damage from the thunder ring. Oh, that's right. Well, if I take the most damaging one out first, then the lesser one is, quote-unquote, less of a problem. Yeah, let's do this. Because then we can throw ball. It won't completely kill him, but it will almost. There we go. Okay. 2 damage, yeah. You are basically done diddly done for. So all I gotta worry about is... Oh, you are done for then. Right. Well, then it's a bit more of an easy fight now. Here's the first 10. Play ball! And... Schlabam! Oh no, I hit myself. What a terrible instance. And Cashlamo. Fishman Row. Champion's belt. Ooh! 5+2 melee weapon attacks. Not bad. Hey, kid, gotta admit I didn't think you had it in you. Can I fight some more? Nah, we only got 1 belt. You can place a bet on Sharky or Tommy up there if you want. Ask about betting. How does betting work? It ain't complex. You place a bet on a next round, and if the fighter you pick wins, I pay you. Since you're a human, I assume you're betting meat. I can cover that with reasonable amounts. It's round by round, not a whole match. Nah, we got no idea how long this fight's gonna go. Could be days. Nah, I think not. Alright, well, okay. I think... What, Fishman Row. Woo! Well, that is what... part of what we needed for Rufus. Anything else? Okay. Maybe we should talk to Charles, because it was sort of alluded to that he could give us a crate of bandages. Did Mary leave a crate of antique bandages in the back somewhere? Yep. So how did you know that? That's a long story, actually. Actually, it's a pretty short story, but it's one that makes me sound insane. Can I have them? Sure thing. Wait, you already have the crate there. This is a different crate. Well, actually, it's the same crate, but it's a different same crate. You're right. You do sound insane. Hang on a sec. Clearly, you can't carry around 2 of the same crate. They might explode or something. And anyway, lugging around 1 big old wooden crate is enough of a hassle, let alone 2. You open the crate, rummage around inside it until you found all the bandages that still look usable, and chuck the rest into the trash bin in the alley. Okay, now can I have the crate? Sure. He goes into the back and returns with an identical old wooden crate and a determined not to ask sort of expression. Thank you, Charles. I'll mention it. Right. Oh! Well, whoop-de-doo. Being nice to a cat does pay out. Do I have anything here? Nope. You hang your SIT pen over the wall. Now everybody who comes to visit will think you're educated. Now that's the important part. You put the crystal gave you on the shelf. Is that clear? Crystal. Rub the crystal? Twinkling fingers. Oh, not something that I'll ever use, but I mean, I have it. Probably else would get something. Have I gotten the... I already have. Okay. Go Badgers! Alright. In the next episode, we shall look into more manhole covers here in Ocean City before we head out. And then, when that is done, we shall go back to... well, to the SIT and... do more stuff there, because we are definitely not done with that. But until next time, take care.